Hello guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you're all doing wicked. It's Beer Monster O'Clock. And for this review, we've been to Aldi's and got a bottle of Boa. Now this was nice and cheap, this one, £1.49. So because it's a 660ml bottle as well, that's why it's cheap, because you're getting a decent amount of lager for your price. It's a shame about the green bottle. Sometimes you get away with it. Sometimes, as you may or may not know, it can affect the hops in the beer and make them smell like skunk, as in like the drug, you know, the magic reefer. Yeah, this is called Boa. It looks like it's a clear knockoff of the that Cobra beer, doesn't it? The Indian beer. To me, I mean, it's just called a different snake, isn't it? And it's got the same sort of yellow label. Yeah, we'll see. This one is actually brewed in the UK and Scotland by the Heineken Brewery. As I say, it was nice and cheap, so I thought let's give it a go. It's 4.5% ABV, which, if you wasn't quite sure whether it's a clone or not, is also the same percent as Cobra. Well, that's what percent Cobra is now anyway. I think it used to be stronger back in the day. Could be wrong. Anyway, let's crack it open, see if it's any good, see if it compares to Cobra, or maybe it's better. Lovely looking bottle cap there, nice and silver. Just want to point that out. Let's crack it open. Oh, nice and smoky, nice and smoking. Doesn't smell skunked at all. I normally always get at least a little hint of it out of a green bottle, so that's quite surprising, but definitely a good thing. Alright, let's get it in the glass. Yeah, let me know guys if you tried this yet. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? I'd like to hear from you guys what your opinion of this beer is. Being as I'm giving you mine. Or are you just watching to see what I think of it because you're thinking about it, giving it a try? It's in the glass. The head is literally gone back to India. Well, it's brewed in the UK, but you know what I mean. It's supposed to be Indian style beer, isn't it? Yeah, that is set a nice record there, I think, as the fastest dissipating head. That just went straight away. Didn't want to have none of it, that, did it? Yeah, it's kind of a dark golden colour. Almost looks like fizzy apple juice or appetizer or something now, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't look the best on the eye, really, does it? To be fair, carbonation's quite good though, if you can pick that up. It's not crazy high, I'd say it's sort of more medium for a lager. Anyway, let's see if we can get any aroma off this. Not much at all for me. Tiny bit of spice. Almost like a sort of SARS hop. And a little bit of citrus. But it's really faint. But, you know, lagers do tend to be like that. So, yeah, we won't think about that too much. And let's get it down the neck and find out if it tastes nice. That's what really matters, isn't it? Cheers, guys. Bosh. Don't know how to say it in Indian. If I did, I would say it in Indian because that'd probably be funny. See what it's like. I'm going to go in again, I'm not sure. It's not horrible. I don't think it's all that though, to be perfectly honest. It's really a shame about that head. It just tastes a bit watery to me. A little bit watery and a little bit flavourless. You know, I know a lot of lagers don't have much flavour. This one definitely doesn't for me. But there's nothing really horrible about it as such. It's just, it's a bit so-so. It's all right. Let's go again. It's got a very watery mouthfeel for me, but it does glide down very easily. It is refreshing. Don't know if I'd say it's crisp, but it is refreshing. I mean, Cobra, a lot of people say it goes well with a curry, don't they? And I think that's because it has very low carbonation and very low flavour. So I guess they may be doing it on purpose. I'm not really one for pairing beer with food as such. It's not really my thing. So I guess a beer like this, for me, it's not really something I would buy personally. But you know, if you're into your Cobra, for what I can remember, it's not too far away from it. I would pick Cobra over this though. That's probably what a lot of people are wondering. Is it better than Cobra? I personally don't think it is. They both don't have much flavour, but Cobra just has a little bit more flavour than this for me. The head holds better, and it's got a bit more of a smoother mouthfeel than this Boa beer. Although this is really cheap, at £1.49 for a 660. You can't complain too much, can you? Especially at the minute when the prices are like sky high of everything. To find a 660 bottle of beer, I would say if you want a budget and you don't mind a lager with not too much flavour, and pick it up and see what you think. You might prefer it more than me, but for me, I'd prefer something with a bit more flavour. You've got a bit of a malty, sort of malty backbone to it, very mild though. On the aroma, I was sort of getting a kind of like a SARS hop feel about it. It is there for me. There is some sort of spice in that in here, but again, it's towards the back and it's very, very light though. Very, very light. There's no real bitterness or nothing, maybe slight. There is a bit of a dryness though for me towards the end, but again, it's very slight. Everything about this beer is very, very, very slight. That's why I've been saying the word slight so much, I suppose. Yeah, the malty sort of backbone has a slight sweetness to it as well. Slight, there we go again. Yeah, I personally wouldn't rush out to buy this again myself. But for the price, I do think it is worth a buy. You know, because that is cheap. But if I was going to drink a cheap beer, personally myself, I'd rather drink Asda's own Pilsner, which I reviewed the other day. You want to check that one out. Not only was it even cheaper than this, it was a 500ml can for 83 pence a can. It is cheaper than this. It was 5% ABV, and for me it had more flavour. So personally, the only reason I probably would buy this again is just for the cheapness, for a cheap drink. But again, like I say, I'd go to Asda. But you know, maybe if I was passing by ALDI, I might get this instead, sort of thing. Anyway, that's enough of waffling on. Let's give it a quick score. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, but only taking into account that it's very cheap. I would have gave it a 6, but I'm giving it an extra mark because of the cheapness of it. I also worry with this that sometimes you might get a skunky one. I mean, it's brand new out at the minute, as far as I know. Hasn't had a chance to be sitting on the shelf very long, is it? But in the future, it wouldn't surprise me if this was affected by the hops getting skunked by the sunlight and whatnot. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Smash that like button if you've enjoyed this review, and consider subscribing to the channel and becoming a beer monster. And hopefully I'll catch some of you on the next video. Yeah, until then, bye bye darlings.